Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you what we like to do for summer school. So if you're interested in this type of content and other homeschool and lifestyle content, please remember to subscribe and let's get into it. Okay, so I usually film some sort of summer school video just to let you know kind of what we're going to be doing or what it looks like in our house. Everyone has different ideas. Sometimes it's just some computer work to keep kind of up to date on what you're studying. Some people don't do anything. It's like solid summertime off. Some people do a lot more than us, some do less. You know, it's just, there's a variety of options out there depending on kind of what you want to accomplish and the kind of person that you are. So that's being said, we are kind of in the middle, I would say. We're not crazy extreme and we don't just do nothing. So usually, we take about 2 months basically off from school. Some of my kids still like to do schoolwork. Okay, so they still like to do their schoolwork. If they want to pull out their math because they're bored or whatever, I'm not gonna like turn them down and say, no, it's not school time, it's summertime. Like that's totally fine if they want to do it. But usually I'll give them about 2 months where we don't have the same really structured school. And then the other 2 months, because we usually have about 4 months of summer, we have like May, June, July, and August. Because we are out of school already. And usually it's because we go on a vacation in May. My husband's done teaching at the university. And so we kind of stop and start when he does. And that gives us a little bit more of a break too when public school kids are still in school. And so that's kind of why we do that. But the 2 months we take off changes depending on the year. And so then the 2 months that we do have school, we just do some minimal things, which is what I'll explain to you in a minute. So last year, I can't remember exactly what it was. I think we did our like minimal summer schoolwork June and July because I had a baby in August, like the very beginning of August. And so I planned it so I didn't have to do schoolwork when she was born. And so we didn't do schoolwork for like 6 weeks basically after she was born until after Labor Day and stuff. So not the Labor Day for the baby, but the Labor Day that's in September. And so that's kind of how it worked last year. This year, we're actually doing the May and June, which is generally what we do, especially since we'll go on a vacation in May. At least we've been trying to do that as a family. And since we're going on vacation, we're already taking that time off anyway. So to come back and start school and then stop it again and then start it again, that's kind of confusing. Last year it worked just because I was having a baby and that's just what needed to happen. But generally I like to take the first 2 months off. And then the next 2 months we do a little bit of a lighter summer schedule so that I still have summer break, they still have summer break, but we're still kind of being refreshed on our schoolwork. So that's kind of what our structure looks like, and that's what it's gonna look like this year. A big part of it too this year is me having ankle surgery, which is just a week and a half away when I'm filming this video. And so because of that, that's another big reason we're taking off of all of May, and we stopped school a little bit earlier than normal and all that kind of stuff. So I could get a few things ready before we go on vacation. Then I have surgery and can't be weight bearing for a month. So that's that. So one of my things with that, I'm not sure exactly how I'm gonna feel when I have surgery. I've had this surgery, well, a similar one before, but that was 20 years ago. I didn't have kids. I didn't have really a lot of responsibilities. So it's a little different right now. So I'm thinking that we'll just do a lot of reading because I'll be on the couch a lot probably, just kind of relaxing or sitting outside. And so I figured that we could do a lot of reading, which is why I, in the thumbnail, have a bunch of books. I don't know if we'll get through all these. That's not my goal. But I did want to do Ernest Shackleton. I thought that would be super fun. I read about Ernest Shackleton a few years ago and I wanted to share it with my kids. So I think we'll do that one for sure. And then this is a series that the Badger Hill Farms from The Good and the Beautiful that we've had. And we read, it's like super simple, like reading. A lot of my kids could like blaze through them, but I thought maybe it'd be fun if we read them together. And that's, I think, what some of you guys suggested as well. And then I had also grabbed these international adventures. So we'll see. I'm not like tied to reading these books. It just will depend, again, how I feel. And then if we get through some of these, maybe we'll try different ones. Maybe I'll pick out different books on the shelf. Maybe my kids will have something they want me to read to them. But I thought that's probably what we'll mostly be doing, just because I'll already just be laying around anyways. So we'll probably spend a chunk of our morning reading, at least as much as my voice can handle. So that's the first thing that's going to be a little different in our summer school this year, but that's what it's gonna look like. Okay, something else I wanted to mention that usually occurs those 4 months, or at least 3 of the 4 months, is our summer reading program. We created our own like little reading program for our family a couple years ago. And so my husband will print out like a simple sheet, like out of Excel or something. It's not complicated. It just has the names and like, I think 28 days basically. That's just the easy way to print it out. And we will read for 20 to 30 minutes individually every single day, like adults, kids, all of us, except, you know, my littles, they don't do that. But all the rest of us will do that. And then we'll mark off our little box for the day. And we're supposed to do that, I think we do it 5 days a week is the goal, is 5 days a week for that month. And then we try to do something fun as a family at the end of the month when we all reach our goals. So it's, okay, we all remind each other, have you done your reading? Have you done your reading? It's a good reminder. And then we try to do something fun. And some of these things might not seem fun to you if you are way more fun than we are. But like in the past, we've gone to a lake that's about an hour away from our house and we've gone swimming. We have, our back door neighbor has a pool, and so we might ask them if we could come swimming for a day, just like our family, because they're very nice about letting us come over. We have Craig's aunt, Craig is my husband, his aunt used to have a swimming pool. She lived a couple hours away. She doesn't have the pool anymore, but that was one of the things we did. We did a huge like day trip down there, did a bunch of fun things with family, spent a day at the pool. And we've gone to a fun restaurant that my kids wanted to go to. We've done, I'm trying to think of what other activities. I think we were supposed to do the jump zone for one, which we did. It was just many months later. It wasn't at the time that we had planned to do it. Last summer too was a little difficult because I was pregnant, so it made it a little bit harder to hit all of them, hit all of our goals. But that's kind of what we've been trying to do, and I think our kids like it, just to have something that the reward is not, oh, here's a little toy that I'm just gonna hate having around my house anyway, or, you know, just something that's just for them. It's more fun to have a celebration together as a family. So that's what we do. We need to decide what we're gonna do this year. Again, gonna be another harder summer because I'm gonna have ankle surgery, so we might not be able to do a whole lot of things, but just something a little different. We don't go out and spend a lot of money a lot of times. We don't go out to eat a lot. So any of those types of things, even just very simple things, are an exciting reward for all of us because we just don't do it very often. All right, and so then when we do have our 2 months where we do some schoolwork, it's very simple. Usually it's just 2 days a week. I have my kids do their math and I have them do their language arts. So they get it done twice a week. Sometimes I have it scheduled like we do it Tuesday, Thursday. Sometimes I kind of look at the week and see what we're doing. It's flexible, so if we have things come up that we want to do, that it's not like, no, we are doing schoolwork. And like, it's totally fine for it to change, or if we can't make it work that week, that's okay too. But just something to keep things fresh in their minds is what I like to do. But I'm one of those where I'm like, I want my full summer. And so we don't do super intense like group work and all that kind of stuff. We will still do scripture study. We're not always great at doing it every single day, at least a longer scripture study. Usually at dinner time, we're always talking about scripture stuff and what we've been studying for the week or what we're gonna talk about in church that Sunday and stuff like that. So we'll usually have some sort of dinner discussion, but we're not always great at sitting down during the summer because again, we're out of our normal routine. And so we try to do that. I try to do that a little bit more during those 2 months. So we're not just having our dinner discussion, which is still good, but we're just adding a little bit more to it. So that's kind of what we try to do. All right, so that's what our summer school looks like. It's nothing crazy, it's not super intensive, and it's not nothing at all either. We try to, you know, keep a balance in our lives, but also have some fun. I try to have fun. I don't really know what that word means, but I try to do it. But that's, you know, what it's gonna look like this summer, especially since I'm having ankle surgery and we'll be out for part of the summer. And so it'll be a little bit calmer, lots of reading, maybe playing more games together. I didn't mention that, but we might play more games together, just things that we can do at home that just don't require me to travel that far on crutches or a scooter. And so that's kind of what it's gonna look like. But let me know down below in the comments what you're doing for summer school, if you do summer school. Do you just keep going through your school year and never stop? Do you give yourself like little breaks throughout the whole school year so you don't have a big summer break? I'd love to hear what you guys like to do for either summer school or for homeschool, whatever that looks like for you. And remember to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you next time.